morning, students. We are going to continue with the lessons we had. Remember, I was looking at the adverbs, then prepositions and conjunctions. So we looked at the adverbs. So today we are going to look at the prepositions. Then, if time allows, we shall look at the conjunctions. This is the advanced class. Remember these things, the prepositions, the conjunctions and adverbs, their functions are similar with the English, but the difference is just, of course, every language has its own rules. Let's look at them and you see. So we are going to look at the prepositions today, and the prepositions, just like English, in Kiswahili there are a few words based on the of relationship, which may be termed as the prepositions. Examples of prepositions are kwa. For example, kwa is a preposition in Kiswahili. Kwa simply means for, towards, or in the direction of, to someone, by means of, by, with, through, to, at, from. So kwa can mean all this. As we read more stories, we shall meet this, and I'll teach you little by little. But now I just want you to have a general idea, a rough idea about this kwa. This kwa in English, in Kiswahili. It can mean for, can mean towards, it can mean in the direction of, it can mean to someone, it can mean by means of, it can mean by, it can mean with, it can mean through, it can mean to, it can mean at, it can mean from. The same word. But don't be scared. Usually, the passive verb is followed by a conjunction such as by or with, which is na and kwa. In Kiswahili, either of these conjunctions is translated by one word, which is not always the same, depending on the context. Na is usually followed by a personal pronoun, while kwa and are followed by possessive forms. These are some small rules which you have to follow. You have to just mark them and know them when you are using na and kwa. So you have to know that when using na is usually followed by personal pronoun. I'll give you some examples. Then while using kwa and are followed by a possessive form. If the conjunction refers to people, the word used is na. And if it refers to things, the word used is usually kwa. These are rules you must follow, you must learn when using these conjunctions, these prepositions. You have to know if the conjunction refers to people, the word used is na, and if it refers to things, the word used is usually kwa. But of course, I've told you, as we look at sentences, as we keep reading stories, you will understand what I'm saying more clearly. For example, we have nilienda shule kwa ndege. I went to school by aeroplane. We don't say nilienda shule na ndege, no. If you say nilienda shule na ndege, it will mean the ndege is the aeroplane. It will mean the ndege. Remember, ndege is also the bird in Kiswahili. In Kiswahili, the bird is ndege. Remember, when the aeroplane came, what was flying up was the birds. So we got the word ndege from, when we saw the aeroplane, the Africans saw the aeroplane, they thought it was the bird. So they share the same name. So an aeroplane, the bird is the primary meaning of ndege, the bird. Then ndege, the aeroplane, is the secondary meaning of ndege. So we have nilienda shule kwa ndege. I went to school by aeroplane. We do not say nilienda shule na ndege. It means the two of you were going to school. The ndege was going here and you were also this side, so you were like moving together. Ndege was moving towards school and you were also moving. So we do not use na here, we use kwa ndege, because you are inside the aeroplane, or you are inside, maybe kwa gari, you are in the car. So if you are in the car, we say nilienda shule kwa gari, in the car. Gari is a car. Then if you, for instance, if you are going with a friend, you say nilienda shule na, let me say, Lee. I went to school with Lee. Or nilienda shule na Yeshi. So we do not say nilienda shule kwa Yeshi. If it's a person, one was here and you are here, you are moving together, you say na so and so. You are here and the other one is here. But if you are inside, like for instance in the car is a gari. So you say nilienda shule kwa, inside the gari. Then we have tulikula wali kwa kuku. Wali is cooked rice. So tulikula kuku, wali kwa kuku. Kuku is fish, is chicken. So to remember tulikula, we ate. Remember, you by now you know these sentences, singular and plural. Tulikula, we ate. Wali is cooked rice. So we ate rice kwa kuku with chicken. We ate rice with chicken. We don't say tulikula wali na kuku. No, it will mean wali was here, the rice was here, and the chicken was here. So both of you were eating. So if both of you are eating, you can say tulikula wali na kuku, but the meaning will change. It will not mean that you ate rice with chicken, but that both of you sat, maybe if it was on the table, you sat with the kuku, with the chicken, and the chicken was eating and you are also eating. Both of you are doing the same act. But if you use kwa, it means you used the chicken sauce to eat. If you used na kuku, it means na kuku was here, you are here, and both of you are eating. Hope you are getting me clearly. Please write to me. I told you, write to me if you don't get anything clearly. Let me know, because I know how these things may look simple, but they're not so easy to understand. But I know you people love the Kiswahili language, and once you love something, you can get it really. It's not hard to get something that you like. Then Kamau alienda na Lee kanisani. Kamau is a name of a person. Alienda, enda is to go, na Lee, with Lee kanisani, to church. So Kamau went with Lee to church. Kamau was here, Lee was here, both of them went to church. So we don't say Kamau alienda kwa Lee. No, unless he went to her house. If you say alienda kwa Lee, it means he went to her house. And then we have chakula kilipikwa na mama. Food was cooked by mother. Chakula kilipikwa na mama. The food was cooked by mother. Then barua iliandikwa na wanafunzi wangu. The letter was written by my students. Then we have mlango ulitengenezwa kwa mbao. The door was made with wood. Then we have matunda yalifunikwa kwa kitambaa cheupe. That the fruits were covered by a white cloth. Matunda are fruits, yalifunikwa, funika is to cover. Kitambaa is a cloth, cheupe comes from eupe is white. Then we have other prepositions. For instance, we have katika. Katika means in, it can mean on, it can mean near, it can mean towards, it can mean from, it can mean amongst, it can mean into, it can mean out of, among others. So just one word katika can have more than one meaning. But it depends with the context, of course. We shall look at different, as we read stories I've told you, we shall get this meaning slowly by slowly. Then we have toka or kutoka is from or out of. Then mpaka simply means up to. It can also mean as far as. It can mean until, like boundaries. Then hata means even, up to, of time, not even, if used with negative tense. Then we have bila. Bila means without, not having. Is usually followed by a noun or infinitive. Then we have kama. Kama is like. Then we have other prepositions like there are numerous phrases, e.g. compound preposition based on kwa, and kwa, na, and a. For instance, we have kwa sababu ya, because of. Kwa sababu ya, I did this kwa sababu ya. Kwa sababu gani? Which reason? Because of. Then kwa ajili ya, the sake of. I'm going to give you more. Actually, when I give you my book, you will get more examples of this. Then we have kwa ajili ya, just for the sake of. Kwa habari ya, concerning, or it can also mean about. Then we have kabla ya. We have kabla ya. Kabla ya just means before time. Then we have other prepositions, like for instance, we have baada ya. Baada ya is after time. Then badala ya, instead of. We have karibu na. Karibu na is near. Then we have mbali na. Mbali na is far from. We have, please just mark the meaning of this. Usually the meaning is more important. As we read, we shall find more usage as we read more stories that we shall do. Then watu waliambiwa kusimama mbali na wenzao, that people were told to stand far from their friends. Watu waliambiwa kusimama mbali na wenzao, not wenzake, but it's supposed to be wenzao. People were told to stand far from their friends. Wenzao. Then we have pamoja na, together with. For instance, we have mwalimu alikaa pamoja na wanafunzi wake. The teacher sat together with her students. Then wanakaa mbali na mji. They stay far from the city. Mji is just a city. Walikaa mbali na mji. They stay far from the city. Then we have zaidi ya, more than. Then we have mahali pa, instead of. Those are just the meaning of those prepositions. We are still looking at prepositions. The following nouns and adverbs, when used by the preposition ya, they become prepositions and are descriptive of position. For example, juu ya. Juu ya is on. It can mean over. It can mean on top of. It can mean above. It can mean up on. It can mean upstairs. For example, we have mwalimu ameweka kitabu juu ya meza. The teacher has put a book on top of the table, or on top of a table. Then we have paka. Paka imekaa juu ya kitanda. But the cat, your cat loves sleeping, and especially in nice places. Paka imekaa juu ya kitanda. This time the paka is a cat. It is sitting juu ya kitanda, on a bed. The cat is sitting on top of the bed, or of a bed. Then chini ya means below.